In a quiet village nestled between mountains, there lived a hard-working stonecutter named Aaron. His life was simple. Every morning, as the sun rose, he would carry his tools to the foot of a mountain to break stones. His job was to carve pieces of rock into smaller blocks, which the villagers used to build their homes, wells, and roads. Aaron was not the strongest man in the village, nor the wealthiest, but he was known for one thing: his determination. No matter how difficult the task, he never gave up. One day, Aaron was given a monumental task. The village council asked him to split a giant boulder that blocked a newly discovered path to the valley. The boulder was massive, standing tall and unyielding like a silent giant. Many doubted it could ever be moved or broken, but Aaron accepted the challenge without hesitation. With his hammer and chisel in hand, he began striking the rock. The first day, he struck the rock all day under the scorching sun. Strike after strike echoed through the valley, but the boulder remained unmarked. Villagers passed by, shaking their heads. "You're wasting your time, Aaron," one said. "This rock is unbreakable," said another. But Aaron simply smiled and replied, "Even the mightiest mountain crumbles, one pebble at a time." That night, he went home exhausted but determined. The second week, day after day, Aaron returned to the boulder. He struck it relentlessly, ignoring the blisters on his hands and the aches in his muscles. By the end of the second week, the villagers had begun to mock him. "Give it up, Aaron. You'll grow old before that rock breaks," they jeered. But Aaron's reply was always the same: "Each strike brings me closer to the goal." Still, the rock showed no signs of cracking. One morning, as Aaron prepared for another day of work, a young boy approached him. "Why do you keep going, uncle? The rock doesn't even have a scratch." Aaron knelt down and said, "Do you see this hammer? It's small, but with patience and persistence, even small tools can achieve great things. Success isn't about how strong you are. It's about never stopping." The boy nodded and decided to watch him work that day. As the sun reached its peak on the 21st day, Aaron struck the boulder for the 101st time. Suddenly, a loud crack echoed through the valley. The rock split into two perfect halves and fell apart. Dust rose into the air, and the villagers who had gathered stood in stunned silence. They rushed toward him, cheering and clapping. "Aaron, you did it. You broke the unbreakable rock." "It was the 101st strike that did it," someone exclaimed. But Aaron shook his head and smiled. "No, it wasn't the 101st strike. It was the 100 strikes before it. Every effort, no matter how small, built up to this moment." The young boy, wide-eyed, asked, "So it was your patience that broke the rock?" Aaron nodded. Patience and persistence are the strongest tools anyone can have. Remember, when you work toward a goal, you may not see results immediately, but every step you take brings you closer. Never give up. From that day forward, the story of Aaron the stonecutter became a legend in the village. People told their children about him whenever they faced challenges. The villagers learned that no goal was too big, no obstacle too great, if one approached it with persistence, patience, and belief. This story teaches us an important lesson. Success doesn't come from a single moment, but from consistent efforts over time. If you're working towards something, keep going. Even if progress feels invisible, you're closer than you think. Share your goals in the comments, and let's encourage each other to keep striking the rock until it breaks. Never forget, every strike matters. Let this story inspire you to stay determined and reach for your dreams.